SR93 Boxing. I'm back with a quick video. See, Kell Brook thing is always going on, and Eddie Hearn just came out saying that the only thing that can stop the Kell Brook versus Errol Spence fight is Amir Khan. Amir Khan said this before, that Kell Brook is not looking for his legacy. He's looking for a payday. He's really looking for a big payday, right? He's not looking. I mean, obviously everyone's looking to win, but for him, payday is more important than the win. And at the time it seemed like bullshit. And he also said Kell Brook he's not looking for tough fights and things like that. And that seemed kind of true. But a lot of other things seem bullshit. But if you think about it now, every time when for someone to make money, he has to keep up hype. He has to have a lot of hype. Hype is gone mostly when you're fighting the good level oppositions and you do bad against them, or you don't do as well as against them as you're supposed to, or you lose to them. That's what happens, right? People don't see, a lot of Kell Brook fans are really football fans. They watch Sky Sports or whatever. That's where most of Kell Brook fights. So he comes in, and these casual people watch. Oh, he was undefeated at welterweight, this and that. He's knocking these guys out, not realizing who he's knocking out. And people just sort of buy into the hype. Come to think of it, Amir Khan's right, isn't he? Because otherwise, Kell Brook would have fought a lot of good fighters. See the Diego Chavez fight. If he really wanted to make that fight, he would have made the fight. Diego Chavez for Timothy Bradley for $35,000. If you can't make a fight with him, I don't know who you can make a fight with. There was no problem with him making the fight between Kevin Bizier, Jojo Dan, Frankie Gavin. There was no problems with that. There's always a problem with him fighting top fighters, and apart from Golovkin, which I'll get into, Devin Alexander, there was problems, and there could be, it might not be his fault. Kell Brook got injured twice, Devin Alexander got injured once, so they pulled out 3 times, and the last time it was over. That's it. Then he fought Sean Porter. Remember, Sean Porter, this was a risky fight for him, but it still doesn't prove, at the end of the day, you have to think about it like this. Kell Brook was the B side going up against the A side. He had less to lose. Sean Porter had the belt to lose, which he lost. Kell Brook fought, and all these guys that he fought, a lot of these bums like Kevin Bizier, Jojo Dan, Frankie Gavin. Like Kevin Bizier and Jojo Dan were really the mandatory. I don't think Frankie Gavin was. And even if he was, think about it like this. It didn't take Eddie Hearn much of a difficulty to make that fight. It's just that all of a sudden, the Errol Spence fight is becoming difficult. All of a sudden, the Devin Alexander fight became difficult. All of a sudden, the Brandon Rios fight became difficult to make. All of a sudden, the Jesse Vargas fight became difficult to make. All of a sudden, the Diego Chavez fight got difficult to make. All of a sudden, you can't make the Timothy Bradley fight. I can go on. And you look at why he can't look at the pattern. Look at the pattern, okay? The fights that he's easily making and the fights that's difficult, he's unable to make or very difficult to make. The difficult ones, the ones that are in the difficult list, are better oppositions. Simple as that. They are better oppositions. Also, people want to say, oh, he went up to fight Golovkin. Now, this is true. He did go up to fight Golovkin. He gave him a good fight. That was really my first video, prediction video I made. I called the fight pretty much like it was. Do check it out. I want to make a point that when a person's struggling to make fights, or he's not even willing to make, he's been at 147 in 2004. Remember, I'm not even shit talking right now. I should be, but I'm not. He was in the pro since 2004, and these are all the names he fought: Sean Porter, Golovkin, Stenchenko, and you could say Lovemore Endo, but again, not really. So this guy goes up to fight Golovkin, Now, Amir Khan already said two things that came out to be right. Number one, Errol Spence will be the first fight that he might not want to make, and it doesn't seem like he wants to make it, right? And another thing is, he's mainly looking for a payday. And, it seems like he is looking for a payday. If he was looking for a Amir Khan, he would have accepted the 70-30 split. Irrespective of how ridiculous he thinks it is, he could have beat Amir Khan. And then he could have just said, yeah, there you go. You gave me 70-30, I beat you. Now you want a rematch? I'll give you 70-30. On 70 on my side. Bitch. He could have said that. But no, instead what he done is he rejected the offer. He's looking for a fight. And the reason, wait, let me go back to the Golovkin reason. The reason why he fought Golovkin, he came back and he doesn't want to fight any top fighters anymore, unless it's Amir Khan or a Manny Pacquiao or a Miguel Cotto, someone that brings him big money so he can use that money for the rest of his life, irrespective of whether he would win or lose. Obviously, he would do his best in the fight, but that's a different topic. All his actions throughout his career, and the fact that he's rejecting the Amir Khan fight, the fact that he's not making the Jesse Vargas fight, because Jesse Vargas, if he paid Jesse Vargas the money he wanted, Kell Brook wouldn't get paid as much as he wanted. But the thing is, you have to make those risks, you have to make those compromises to get to the high level where you are the big name, when you are the A side. Every fighters do it. Amir Khan done it, Keith Thurman's doing it, Danny Goss is doing it. I mean, they all did it, right? So what's wrong with Kell Brook? Why can't he do it? And from all these actions, it seems very obvious that the only reason he fought Golovkin is because of the payday. This guy can't even make a fight on his own weight division. Think about it. He can't even get enough decent fights in his own weight division. He's gonna fight a big puncher at 2 weight divisions above. That's ridiculous. That's for a payday. That's his biggest payday by a long shot. And that's really. And if Amir Khan never fought Canelo, he would never fight. Kell Brook would probably never fight Golovkin, because that Canelo fight was a slap in the face. No one could tell him that no, you would not. That if I'm fairly sure if Khan didn't fight Canelo, Brook wouldn't fight Golovkin. But that's a different topic. That's an opinionated topic. And now he's struggling to make the Errol Spence fight. If the Errol Spence fight goes on, I think it will go on. But the only reason if it goes on, I hope it goes on, by the way, if the fight does take place, is not because he wanted to fight Errol Spence, because he made it clear he doesn't want to fight Errol Spence. It's obvious that he's been forced to fight Errol Spence. And if you've been following boxing very closely, you know this. This guy's done almost everything to avoid Errol Spence, but he's trapped now thanks to the IBF, thanks to Errol Spence not giving up. I hope Errol Spence does not whatever offer Eddie Hearn gave, I don't want him to accept that. What kind of contract he gave him, just go to the purse bid. Yeah, just let it go to the purse bid. Yeah, man, that's really all I have to say. I feel like I'm about to go in on Kell Brook in another video very soon. I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out.